Welcome, Nate. Nate Bain. He's from the Tennessee Titans, social media manager.
Awesome. Hey, man, thanks for having me on. You're one of my favorite people in the Titans community. Nate Bain is the social media manager for the Tennessee Titans over here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm in charge of all the Twitter, the Instagram, any type of way you communicate with the Titans on the internet usually comes through me. We also have Amy Wells and Jim Wyatt and all these personalities that are more forward-facing. But any kind of behind-the-scenes stuff is usually with me. Great question. So I'm from Tennessee. I grew up in the state, and so the Tennessee team Titans didn't come here until like the late '90s.
Yes.
So I knew of the Oilers, but didn't have a team in my hometown. So I kind of just rooted for San Francisco 49ers, Miami Dolphins, whoever was good. Dan Marino was good then. Jerry Rice was good then. But then when the Titans came to Nashville, I thought, oh, this is my team. Like I don't care if they're good, bad, doesn't matter. Like I want to be a fan of that team. So once Eddie Jordan and Steve McNair came to town, it was I was a Titans fan, or I guess Tennessee Oilers fan, then became Tennessee Titan fan, and just grew up with them and have always been a fan. So it's been really kind of a dream come true to go from a child as a fan to then working for the team 20 years later.
What is your favorite player of the Titans all time?
Ooh, all time. Okay, all time. Big Keith Bullock fan, 53. I like him a lot. I like his personality. He didn't ever, win a championship, and maybe not on the same level as A. George Steve McNair, but man, I loved his personality. He played. I mean, I think if he played in today's NFL, he'd be a superstar. So he's a big fan. I'm a big fan of his. On the current team, Taylor Lewan's always my favorite guy. I love 77. And then I think my new favorite is A.J. Brown. He's just so exciting. I think he should have won Rookie of the Year. I think we're really blessed to have him as a Tennessee Titan. I think he'll be very good for a long time.
Yes, definitely.
What about you, man? You got all the jerseys in the background. Do you have one favorite? Is it Earl Campbell? Is it Eddie George?
Oh, man, I love Eddie. Eddie was
Eddie.
my favorite of all time.
He is an amazing human being, and just his talent level. He's not just a good football player. He acts. He's a DJ. He got all these different businesses that he runs. He's a great human being.
I know you have a degree in sociology from the University of Oregon.
You did your research.
Ah, do you always want to be a social media manager?
I didn't know. I mean, when I was growing up and in school, social media wasn't around. I had a MySpace. Remember MySpace?
Yeah.
So that's all we had when I was in like high school. And these jobs didn't exist. So I kind of wanted to be sports business. You see the sport agent.
Yeah.
That represents those teams, or maybe even a coach. But so when I went to school at Oregon, so that's in America. That's all the way on the West Coast, where California is. That's a long way from home for me. But I worked for the Oregon men's basketball team, so the university basketball team. And while I was there, social media started to become more popular, and I kind of fell in love with that. And after that, I got a more schooling at the University of Tennessee. So I went from Oregon back to Tennessee. And when I came back to Tennessee, that's when social media kind of blew up, and I really found my place. But always knew I wanted to work in sports, but it wasn't until probably late into Oregon, and then came to Tennessee that I thought, oh, I could do this. I was never good enough to play sports in a professional level. Too short, not fast enough. But I always wanted to be a part of it. Being in the locker room's fun. Going on road trips, all those types of things are fun. So once I was able to find my niche inside of a pro sports team, I definitely held on to it and kind of cultivated my talents. That's the part of my job I really enjoy, is the video and graphics and taking that creative element and applying it to a team. It's always fun, man. So we need to come down and do a story on you guys soon.
You are welcome. Nate, you work with the St. Louis Rams and then with the Los Angeles Rams. Do you want to work with the Titans first?
I did. Well, I've always wanted to probably work for the Titans because I was a fan. But coming out of school, I needed a job. I needed to pay the bills. And the Rams were a great organization. They were they took a chance on me. I was a young person, didn't have a lot of experience, kind of like some of these rookies coming in that weren't drafted. So they allowed me to come in and like learn the craft and improve, make some mistakes. I had a lot of fun with them. In fact, when I left, they went to the Super Bowl right after. So I was like, oh, that was my chance. But had a great time with those guys. It was really cool. Not a lot of the franchises moved from one city to another. So it was a big experience going from St. Louis, which is in the middle of America, going all the way to Los Angeles, which is one of the biggest cities in the world. So that was a lot of fun. But, I mean, the Rams were the team that beat the Titans in the Super Bowl in '99. So I kind of didn't like the Rams. So to then go work for them and then come to the Titans was kind of different. But very, very thankful for the Rams. But, yeah, always wanted to be with the Titans.
Nate, what is your big goal in the workplace?
Oh, man, great question. We want to represent the team well. We want to tell cool stories. I want you and all your fans and all your friends in Mexico City to feel very close to the team and feel maybe even more a part of the team than they used to feel, because you guys are you're in a whole other country. So that's probably number one. But also want to have good team chemistry, just like in a locker room. You want the guys to get along. We've got videographers, graphic designers, marketing people. I think you met Tokes and some of the other people.
Yeah.
They all do really good jobs. So we want to all get along, and the better we can work together, the better ideas we'll have and things we can do for the fans. So one is coming up with cooler ideas and ways to connect you to the team, so you stay a fan, because it's hard to do it from a long ways away. And then second is probably make sure all my coworkers and all my people that work for me are happy and doing a good job and enjoying work. So those two things. And then I guess the third one would be, I don't really play the football games, but we want to win games. So we all want to be celebrating the Super Bowl one day. So probably those three things.
Nate, what is the best thing so far working for the Titans?
Oh, this might be a cheesy answer, like one that you'd be like, oh man, but it's really true. Meeting all of the fans has been probably the coolest thing. I love hanging out with the players. I love going to work. I love going to the road trips. But the coolest thing is being able, I don't know, you take the job and you think it's only people in Tennessee, but we played in London, to meet all the fans that are over there. Everybody knows Chili Pepper. He's at all the events. You and your family came up last year for the first game. It was the coolest thing to me was knowing you from social and then meeting you and then seeing you guys front row with the flag, and then Dan Cruikshank scored the touchdown and jumps into the stands with you guys. I'm like, I know that guy. So it's those relationships that we have are really, really cool. And then to send you the photo after. So that's one small example, but we've got great fans here in London and Mexico. It's been cool to kind of meet all of these people online and then have the opportunity to hang out with them later. We've got a lot of cool people that are fans of the Titans. I wouldn't be able to talk to you. I wouldn't know somebody in Mexico City if it wasn't for the Titans.
Nate, tell me, what things you know about Mexico besides the food?
Oh, man. Another good – you're killing the questions. You're doing a great job. Never been before. I used to date a young lady who spoke fluent Spanish and would go to Mexico all the time. And she's like, you got to come. And I never went down there, but just I think I'm infatuated. I want to come down. I'm probably sure it's insane, but Day of the Dead. What's the translation?
Dia de Muertos.
Dia de Muertos. I'm fascinated with that holiday or just the culture of it all. The Disney movie came out and kind of made it more popular in mainstream America, or with Coco. But I had a girlfriend a long time ago who, this is like 5-6 years ago, who kind of introduced me to that culture. And that's my thing I think is most fascinating about Mexico, that whole tradition around that. And then just even the symbolism, the skulls.
Yeah, the skulls, like this one.
Exactly. Yes, I love the art around that. I guess.
Yeah.
They're in all shapes, forms, and fashions, and it's been cool because it's important. The NFL is playing games there now. We were just talking before we went on air. I hope we come down there to play. We've got more fans than I think people know. But yeah, my knowledge of Mexico was very small. But after I got to hang out with you guys brought me some candies and some food.
Do you
Didn't
like
even know
them?
what those were. Yes, yeah. But I'd never tried that before. So there's a huge element of the culture that is very fascinating to me, that I want to learn more about. And I think at some point we've got to get down there, whether it's personal or for professional work.
Yeah.
But that's every American probably is aware of that holiday and knows it. But I think there's a lot more under the surface that we need to uncover. Like, how many fans do you think you guys? It's been cool to see the watch parties and you show the videos. It's like
Yeah.
50 people, more than that. Like, how many people do you think are watching those games?
The record is more than 70 people.
Yeah, like that's incredible to be
Yeah.
in a city like that. So I think there's some cool stuff down there that that we need to probably look into. But what's something that I don't know about Mexico that I would probably enjoy or I need to know?
We know how to party, really.
That is
Believe
true. I've hung out with you and Chili Pepper to know that you guys know how to party. I'll say the
So,
NFL has done a really good job of educating the American teams on how important our Hispanic fan base is. And
yes.
so I think I put when I started in 17, maybe I think I posted maybe that's how we got to be friends. Or maybe even I posted Happy Independence Day for Mexico in September.
Yeah.
And
It
you guys were like, oh man, that's so great. Yeah.
Yeah, it was from 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And then you post after the earthquake, you
That's
post
right.
something.
And that's where we started to communicate. And then you sent me
That's right.
the skull. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That was the first post of the Titans to the Mexico fans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for you.
Oh, and it's reciprocated. It's been cool. You saw, I think it even made some of our people that, I don't know, you get so focused on the fans that are in our hometown that you forget about everybody else. And they saw the response that you guys had. I think it was the earthquake post. They're like, wow, there's a lot of people responding to this. I'm like, yeah, man, we've got a lot of people down there that care about us. So,
Ruben Vera asks, with the market segmentation you do on social media, in which place are the Mexican fans?
So in the world,
yeah,
I think they are top 10 for sure. Maybe number 5, like 5 or 6, which is impressive, man. You have Nashville and all of the cities there, obviously, because we're here. I think Texas has a lot because the team used to be in Houston, and then like Los Angeles and a few of the bigger American cities. But I think the first international city is Mexico City. But beyond that, they're one of the. It's like again like Nashville, Houston, LA, and then it's Mexico. So I'll send you this data at some point. But it is astonishing the number of Mexico City fans we have.
So tell me, Nate, who you admire the most?
Oh, in general,
yeah.
We have a lot of. There's like my parents for sure. There's a man that was my boss at the Rams, who I think is a phenomenal guy named Dan August, and he used to work at the NFL. He's responsible for bringing the Pro Bowl to Orlando and do a lot of cool things. He's a really smart guy. And then we have some new workers here, but probably more than that, Amy Adams Strunk has been. So again, it sounds kind of like a cheesy answer, but our owner has been super welcoming, very helpful. Like anything we need, she takes care of it. I mean, she always hang out with you guys too. But it's been very cool to work for a boss that care. Sometimes you work for people that you don't feel connected to.
Yeah.
But she's phenomenal. But yeah, I'd say parents. Some of my former bosses, Dan August, Gil Beverly's a new guy who I'll introduce you to soon. He's been phenomenal to help us take it to another level. But behind the scenes of it all, it's been Amy. So probably those three or four people have been probably the most influential in my life for sure. And then John Robinson's great. There are a lot of good role models inside the Titans to have, which again is very awesome because some of these teams they don't have the same thing you could say for them. So I think those are good ones.
Talking about mom, Jose Histo asked, "Do Amy Adams knows about the Mexican fans?"
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. I tell people every now and then, but she has some like secret accounts on social media. So she's on social a lot, and she sees you guys post things, the comments you guys leave. She's aware of the Mexico fans, and I think a couple of the celebrations after the playoffs. Anytime you would post videos, and I'd repost them.
Yeah.
Whether it's you guys dancing or celebrating or whatever, maybe you go on Periscope on live. She sees all those, and she definitely will comment to me from time to time about, I didn't know we had that many fans in Mexico. Look at this watch party. So she is very aware of you guys for sure.
That's awesome. So Alex asked, when will the Titans come to play to Mexico?
That's a great question. Like I said, we were just talking about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the pandemic, the coronavirus, the COVID-19 makes things challenging. I think they canceled all international games for this year, which is depressing. But I hope soon. I think my personal reason, one, I want to hang out with you guys. I want to experience the culture. But I think the NFL will be surprised, again, like we're continuing talking, how many Titan fans are down there. I think people forget or don't know that we have such a rowdy, fun fan base. So I hope it's in the next 5 years, less. But like, we didn't know we would go to London. We'd never been to London, and we went. What was that? Last year, 2 years ago? 2 years ago. So I hope that Mexico will follow for sure. I think
hopefully, man.
Was last year who played? Was it Chiefs and somebody?
Chiefs against Chargers.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that was a great game. It was well received.
Yeah.
So I hope it will be soon. I don't have a date. I don't know, but if I did, I would tell you guys. But hopefully it's soon.
Omar asks, what is the routine working with the Titans day by day?
Oh, a good question. It's good. We don't have to wake up too early, so that's good. The players are up very, very early, but come in. For me, we have a staff. Again, all of our content creators come in 8, 9 o'clock. We'll go through emails, and we'll have meetings where we'll sit down and talk about the week. Hey, what's coming up? Is it a holiday? Is it somebody's birthday? What event do we have coming up, and how are we going to make content around it? The draft is a big one. What do the graphics look like? What do the videos look like? Who are we going to talk to? Those type of things we start planning out, and then we start to get to work on how does it come together. During a season, we'll go out to practice. We'll talk to the players after practice in the locker room. And then, again, like in season, Friday or Saturday, we'll take off and fly if we're on the road somewhere. We'll stay in the hotel. We'll get all our content ready and play the game. So a lot of it is discussions, planning, and then implementing those plans. And all of that is you'll see on social. Anything we post, like Jeffrey Simmons today, our defensive lineman, bought lunch for all the hospital workers here.
Yeah,
so we got that information and posted it, and he met with them on Zoom, and we video or tape that, and we'll post that tomorrow, like lunch. So there's always something going on, always something to cover. And sometimes in the season it's nicer because we kind of know what's coming. When we're in the pandemic and we're all from home, it's kind of scrambling a lot. What can we do? What can we do? So it's a little chaotic, but it's fun.
My friend Eric asks, what is the best memory you have with the players?
Ooh. The wins are always the most fun. I mean, the playoff wins, probably going to New England and beating Tom Brady and being so cold up there, and it was raining, and then you leaving any road playoff game with a win is such a cool feeling. Everyone's happy on the plane. Same thing in Baltimore, but probably those moments where you're running around trying to do your job and capture moments and high five and video things, but then you get to get on the bus and you get to go on the plane, and that plane ride is fun. Everyone's excited. Everyone's having a good time. I'll always remember those. And I'm trying to think some other different ones, but that's probably the one with the players the most. There's times in training camp that are fun where you guys are relaxing and you get to hang out and have conversations. I went to wrestling, WWE wrestling with Dennis Kelly. That was a fun one. He's a big wrestling guy. I've got to hang out with Lawan and do some things with the Bussin' with the Boys podcast. So there's little one-off things where I can help those guys in their life. with whatever it is a fun memory too. So playoff wins and then their random things that they enjoy in their personal life is always fun.
My friend Alex Pedraza asks, why are there not official team dynamics for the fans from other countries?
I think that's a good question. Some teams have done a really good job with that, and I think we're going to hopefully keep up with that. Whether it's sending you a fan pack that you guys can do something with, or I think like trying to think of some good example. I think the Seahawks do a great job in Germany, and maybe not even in international countries, just in different states. We have we have a DC fan club, we have a California fan club. I think we saw some pop up in Denver and Chicago.
Yes.
So I think as we start to do more, I think you'll hopefully see that issue or problem be resolved. We'll fix that. But I think it's coming pretty soon. And I think it's just identifying those people through social or whatever, and then figuring out what to send them. But I think that will be fixed. That's a good question, and stay on me on that so I don't forget. But I think that will be fixed soon where we'll send stuff to you, and you guys can be the official Titans party or whatever every Sunday, and then we'll have that connection. But I think you guys have some of these fan clubs have done a great job on their own. You guys have your own patches, and you're seeing. I go to our away games, and I'll see people rep Titan Mexico family patches. Exactly, that's so cool. You guys are doing it yourself, but I think we could do some things to acknowledge you guys. But
yes,
it's been so cool to see everybody come up with their own logos and their own culture in California and Mexico and DC. That's been really fun. I think the more we win, that helps too, gets people on board. But I'll be waiting for that shirt to rock this summer, hopefully, or whenever we get outside of the pandemic.
My friend Roberto Gutierrez asked if there's a chance of any campaign or a strategy to increase the presence of the team in Mexico.
Yes. Probably don't have the full description to share right now. But yeah, I think growing what you guys do in Mexico is an important part of what we want to do soon. Because again, like I said, you guys have done a lot of it on your own. We need to start getting involved to help, however that is, whether it's giveaways or it's just something to help you guys feel tighter. But it's been so cool, again, to see the work that you've done yourself personally to have these watch parties and to rally the fan base when it's just a passion of yours, man. So we got to start rewarding that. But I think there will be plans. I think by this time next year, if we talk, I think you guys will be more excited with what we're doing for you.
How do you feel working for the same team you're a fan?
It's different sometimes because I get invested just like you do, and I have to remember if we're losing or something bad goes wrong, I'm on my phone posting, so can't be too upset, can't get too happy, can't get too sad. So it's a challenge sometimes, but it's fun. The wins make things even better because it's your favorite team. But when the losses, it's tough when as great of a season as we had when we lost to Kansas City. That was tough. So I'm right there with you guys sometimes.
But he asks, is there any privileged attention NFL social media manager receives?
Maybe access, what that is, kind of the ability to be closer to the guys. Any other privileges? We get to fly on the team plane. That's nice. So when we go on a road trip, we get to fly with the team. We get fed. We get to they have Chick-fil-A there. We have fast food sometimes. But it's not really fast food. But they have chicken sandwiches on the plane. We get to eat. So we get fed. We fly. We stay in a team hotel, and all get paid for it. I think it's a pretty good perk.
Wow.
That I enjoy. Yeah.
What a life. What a life.
Not that glamorous, but it is nice. It's a very nice perk.
So finally, share with us a funny memory you had so far working with the Titans.
And there's all kind of silly, goofy things that happen in the locker room. Some I can share, some I can't share. Some other funny things that's happened. I think one part that maybe isn't too funny, but it's cool to see Mike Vrabel and John Robbins are such serious guys, and their jobs are so important. But it is cool to see them, I don't know, be relaxed and have fun and joke. Sometimes it catches me off guard. I'm always very nervous around them because they're so, important and so serious, and then they will laugh or cut up or make fun of me, and I'm kind of caught off guard. So I think that part is fun. I think we win, seeing those guys again, like let loose some steam and have some excitement. That part is actually probably the more fun, entertaining thing, is seeing the human side of people that you see so serious all the time. There's probably some other things that happen in the locker room that you can't talk about on your video chat, but it's good. That or probably
later. Don't worry.
yeah, exactly. See, I took it in. Your English is good. You have good English.
Oh man,
you didn't mess up at all. I took some high school Spanish again, and I used to date someone who taught me a little bit, but it's very poor now. It's bad. I will do, before I come visit you, I will make sure my Spanish is much better.
Okay, bring it on. Thank you, Nate. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, I think we're all a big family, and it helps to communicate, to know the Titans care about you guys, to try to not only to give you guys the inside access to what Derrick Henry's doing, but also to know you guys, we care about you and we see what you're doing. And it's fun when you guys did the football pass. We did the football backyard thing, and then you guys did it, and then we shared it, and our fans across the world thought that was so cool. So
yeah,
it's good. It's a good mutual relationship. We appreciate, and I like you guys. I appreciate what you do, and I thank you for basically representing us in a whole different country, man. It's cool. You're recruiting fans. You said like 20 fans watch, and it's 50, and they got to the 75. Like, where are you pulling all these fans from? You're an excellent interview reporter. Like, you got all the good questions. You got it. You're good, man. This is good.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Awesome, brother. Well, thank you, man. I'll let you get back. Don't drink too much tonight. It's only Tuesday, but well, let's talk soon. Is that cool?
That's cool.
Awesome, man. Take care.
Take care. Brother. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.